What up, y'all? It's the Real Ball Watcher. Grab your binoculars, and I'm back with another video. You already know what the vibes is, man. Kendrick just dropped. The Panthers lost, but they won in my heart. But we gonna talk about one, man. You already know what it is. You see the Jesus piece, you see the jersey, you see the autograph on the jersey, somewhere on there. Let's get into it. The thing I want to talk about is Bryce Young looked elite. It's really that simple. If anybody tells you anything different, they're incorrect. Go back to that week 1 video versus the Saints, and I'll talk about how bad he was against the blitz, how the Panthers offense bad they were against the blitz, how they didn't have any answers. Well, he flipped that on his head this week. Against the blitz, against Steve Spagnuolo, who is one of the best DCs in the league, 2-time Super Bowl winning DC. Against the blitz, drawing up blitzes from a legend, Bryce Young went 11 for 14 for 123 yards and a touchdown. Really carved them up whenever they decided to bring the blitz. He said, please play with me if you want to. But then, on top of that, on throws 10 yards, 10 air yards or more, he went 9 for 16 for 165 yards. He was elite, as simple as that. And we're going to get into it. But I want this video to make, before we ain't even going to get to the I told you so. It's too early yet for me. Too early. We got to start winning more games. But I'm going to display this superpower that Bryce has, because I think it goes unnoticed and guys don't mention it enough, because you can't tell on the broadcast and nobody's really highlighting it outside of that, or if they are, they're not emphasizing it enough. So I'm gonna do it in this video, but let's get into the first play. Now on this play, the infamous double dig from Canales. Anyways, so we're going to have Trips right, going to have XL, our new X, Xavier Leggett, on the outside. He's going to run a dig against Trick McDuffie. On the backside, where you have the Trips, is going to be a kind of a drag route. Adam Thielen's running the rub under it on an out, and then you're going to have a big dig up top from David Moore, the person who is now playing Z for us. Now, from the original angle, it doesn't look like it's that crazy. Like, it's just like, okay, Bryce threw a pretty good ball into a wide open area. And this is what I mean that you can't really tell by the broadcast. But when I say Bryce Young has superpowers, and when I say in this video and in past videos, he's carrying this offense, this is one of the instances I need. His accuracy and placement has been taking this passing offense to a new level. Let's look at it. When you look at it from the end zone angle, then you can see how he layers this. They bring a sim pressure, which is a blitz basically. Sim pressure, they drop the DNs and they bring the linebackers. How he just layers this over George Karlaftis, I want to say, is he layers it right over his hands into the zone, into that window in between the safety, the corner, and the linebacker. It's really that simple. That placement has been leading us through this game. Those third downs that we're starting to pick up, that feeling, I don't know about y'all, but earlier in the season or in last year, every time there was a negative play, I was like, well, this drive is over. Since Bryce been back in the offense, or after, let me say after the Denver game, whenever there's third and long, at this point, I'm like, F it. Bryce got it. Like, we good. He's going to bail us out. He's gotten to that point. But his placement and accuracy is why. I mean, just look at how he's able to put this ball right over George Karlaftis' hands, right in between the safety and the corner. I mean, bro, maybe this isn't the best. No, this is a great example, but maybe this doesn't impress you, but I promise you the throws and plays throughout the rest of this video will. So let's get into the next one. Now, I'm not going to show the wide angle because it doesn't show how impressive this throw is, but I will show you the screenshot before. What you're going to have is simply a cover one from the defense, basically. So you're going to have XL on this crossing route. You're going to have a dig behind it. The crossing route is supposed to take the safety, open up the dig if it's zone or something like that. But since it's cover one and XL beat his man, Bryce, he doesn't even have to look at that dig. Now, look at this. I remember I had a tweet at the beginning of the season. I'm going to let the play run while I talk. It was a Marvin Harrison Jr. deep ball that when he had a touchdown on in like week 2. And I was like, dang, it must be nice to use your shorter quarterback on play action bootleg deep shots. And everybody killed me. Oh, well, your quarterback got to be able to hit him. Your quarterback got to be able to do it. To your first round rookie, by the way, which I also said. And Dave Canales obviously saw that tweet. Let's look at this. I mean, fakes the handoff. He doesn't bootleg all the way. But, bro, both of his cleats are off the ground when he throws this ball. This is damn near all arm. Both cleats are literally off the ground as I slow it down. I'll even screenshot so I can put it up there for y'all. But he just throws a dot. A Dotterooski. Like, this is arm talent. I remember when he was coming out and I was talking about how him and CJ Stroud's arm isn't that much of a difference. This is what I meant, because the placement and accuracy from both is crazy. And they both have similar, not necessarily velocity. I think Cedar Stroud maybe has a little bit more. But they're able to throw it at the same lengths and depths downfield. They're able to put it into the keyhole downfield. And this throw just shows it. I mean, just off of the bootleg, good fake, by the way. Just sliding in the pocket just a little bit and move, dog. Just a beamer. Just a beamer. But that placement is what I'm talking about. That superpower, that placement and accuracy. But let's move on. Once again, superpower hasn't been showing up as much, but it's still there. It's been showing up here and there. Superpower extending the playability, but also the placement. The placement is what I want to talk about, but the extending the playability and be able to move around and process in structure, or out of structure, I should say, to be able to throw the ball to an open man downfield. This is going to be similar to, I want to say, that Broncos game, or maybe it was the Giants game, where he threw that lobby to Ja'Tavion Sanders, who I'm glad is actually okay now that the medical reports came out. But I don't like this play design. I was kind of just drew it up because it wasn't important, since that's not really what made the play go. I don't like this play design, but I think it's like a dig from Chuba, slot fade, which, I mean, it's a good design. Then you have kind of like two slants at two different depths with Adam Thielen and David Moore. I don't know. And then you're going to have Ja'Tavion Sanders running that hook, but nobody's open. Bryce extends. Ja'Tavion Sanders able to peel out of that and go upfield. But I'm going to go ahead and run the play. Look how impressive this throw is in this placement. How many quarterbacks can make this play? First off, go ahead, get out of there, extend, hold on, stop on a dime and just loft it on right to his man. Knows he has a mismatch, once again, something he was not doing earlier in the year, and he did a little bit last year, but it wasn't working out with DJ Chark. But just giving his guy a chance. I mean, being able to extend and just flip it to your guy 30 yards downfield and just put it right on their forehead, right behind the DB who's not necessarily looking at the ball, right off his helmet, so your bigger receiver, your bigger target can go snatch it off of him. I mean, bro, this dude, and by the way, it was PI, that's what that flag is. This dude is playing at an elite level. I had a tweet, well, I always had this comparison when I came out. I said, it's like Deshaun Watson and Joe Burrow had a baby and he came out as a midget. That's what I said in 2021 or 2022 when he was still in college. That was my pro comp for him. I seen the Drew Brees stuff. I never really liked it as much just because they're short. But this is literally a Deshaun Watson-esque Houston Texans throw. Being able to extend and just throw it up to D-Hop and give D-Hop a chance to go get it. And he goes and do it. I mean, bro, this is a superpower. Like, this is not a game manager. I've seen a lot of people when Bryce started playing good, oh, he's just managing the game. He's just da-da-da. We don't have the weapons that we necessarily need for him to have those 350-yard games that Joe Burrow has. Simple as that. Now, the weapons are adequate enough, and that's why you're seeing an improved play from last year. But he's not going to be able to throw for 300 every game with the guys that we have right now, especially against more elite talent. But this extendability and this placement and actually that he has shows that he's not a game manager. Like, this is an elite throw. This is a top 1 percentile throw from quarterbacks. But let's move on to the next play. Now, this is when we get into the part where I talk about how he's carrying this team. I'm just saying it straight up. I'm not going to bury the lead. Anticipation is what's saving this team. These guys are getting open for very small split seconds and throwing it. And we get it. Oh, NFL open, whoop-de-doo. But when I start showing you these screenshots of when Bryce Young throws the ball, there's a difference between NFL open, you giving your guy a chance, and you're throwing them open. And that's what he's been doing for the past 4 weeks. He's throwing guys open. Guys aren't running wide open 24/7 like that one Adam Thielen play, because we just don't have the talent to do that. We don't have a Jamar Chase that's just going to dominate another corner, and they're going to have to draw a double team. So now you're guys like Xavier Leggett or your T. Higgins in their case, Mike Gesicki, guys like that get one-on-one matchups. That's not what we don't have. So Bryce has to overcompensate and throw guys open, which he was great at in college anyway with his anticipation, but it's just been turned up to a notch. You see it crazily on display. That's why he threw for 260. Seeing it on display in this game. So we're going to have a dig from Chuba on the backside, slot dig from Xavier Leggett. You're going to have David Moore on the out route. You're going to have a post from Adam Thielen, and then you're going to have like a slant drag from Ja'Tavion Sanders. Now I'm going to let this play run, and this is what I mean when you don't notice the superpower and the super ability that he has on film. You look at this catch, and you're like, okay, David Moore was wide open. That's a good throw. He was able to hit a wide open receiver. He's wide open because Bryce did not wait. I screenshotted this for y'all, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. When he throws the ball, whenever he decides to throw the ball, when Bryce hits his back foot and starts to load up, as soon as he hits his back foot, he's about to step into the throw. Look at this screenshot and tell me who's open. We did this all last year. Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? QB School did it. Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? Chase Daniel a couple times did it. Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? We don't have to worry about that no more because he's throwing people open. This clutteredness from this slant and this out route from David Moore, most of the time that kills a concept and guys like, dang, the QB moves off it. Not Bryce. He's sitting there in the pocket. As you can see 3 guys in closing on him in this screenshot, and he's able to put a dart, which looks like on the what do you call it? The broadcast film, as just a simple, good, open wide receiver throw. Like, okay, your receiver's wide open. You made a good throw. Whoop-de-doo. Every quarterback can do that. I've seen a lot of that over the past week. Over the past 2-3 weeks, actually. But this is a great throw. Stepping up in the pocket, throwing it about the 20-25 air yards. I mean, just, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, if we don't have this type of quarterback who's throwing with so much anticipation, I don't know how good this offense necessarily would be. I don't think we're putting up 260 and almost beating the Chiefs. It's that simple. This is what I say in my last video. He carried because he had a lot of this in the Giants games. We can't just run all over everybody. That's not going to work. We did all that earlier in the year, and we was losing games. Now we're having a offense that teams have to respect the deep ball. We're throwing on schedule. We're getting long third downs that we're put into a lot. Even when we're running the ball well, we're putting into the long third downs a lot because we have to make up for false starts and holding penalties, things like that, being undisciplined. But Bryce is bailing us out. And it's this superpower that's doing it. But let's move on. I'm yapping a lot. And now this one, I just wanted to include this because this is what I mean when I say we need more elite talent. First off, XL's at the top of the screen. This whole entire game, they didn't do it as much. They didn't do it on this play. But this whole entire game in the red zone, we sucked because they were bracketing XL, making him a focal point. They know that screen / post to XL is our go-to red zone play, and that's what we've been scoring on. But you have other receivers, and they're not necessarily winning their matchups. And when Bryce throws them the ball, I mean, just look at this guy. Able to step up while he's getting hit. He's able to just to loft this. Now, this could maybe just be a throwaway, and he got lucky. But, I mean, he was just been on fire this entire game, so I'm going to give him a plus for this. He's able to throw this to David Moore, who had the inside leverage against the DB. He's able to turn and put his hands up. He has both feet down, and the ball hits David Moore in his hands. I'll slow it down so y'all can see. It hits him in his hands, and he just drops it. This is the most elite throw I've ever seen, or I've seen since Cam before the shoulder injury, about 2017. Dog, the placement on this throw, the difficulty of this throw while getting hit by a defensive tackle, might I add, is nuts. Y'all talked about he's 5'10", he can't stand in the pocket, he can't throw while getting hit, he doesn't have the arm strength to da-da-da-da. Dude, this is an elite throw. Even when he's off, he's on. Even when he's off the market. This is a wobbler because he got boomed. This is a wobbler, but he's still on the money. This is what happens when Bryce gets in the rhythm and that Bama, y'all been talking about it the past couple weeks. He get the smiling and doing the first down. When he gets in the rhythm, this is the stuff that happens. He's on fire right now. And that's why Canales said in the presser, I don't got to talk about Bryce. He's making the statement himself. He's on fire. But let's get into the next play. Once again, Bryce Young is just simply making up for inferior talent for the guys that he's playing. I know he has Adam Thielen, he's pretty decent, and XL has been a decent rookie. But outside of that, who we got? Coker was out this game. So who is it? Devin Thompson just got elevated, but whatever. Jatavian Sanders was out. If Jatavian Sanders is in, he catches this ball. Let's look at this. All goes. He throws it straight to Tommy Tremble. The linebacker has his back turned to him. So as a quarterback, you know, they can only play the ball where they see the ball. If their eyes are to me, they can't play the ball. So he throws it right at him, right above for Tommy Tremble to go make a play, kind of just like he did earlier in the game with Jatavian Sanders. But Tommy Tremble isn't necessarily the receiver that Jatavian Sanders is, and it ends up a drop. But I'll pause it for y'all. Dog, this is a dot. This is a seed, my dude. Look at the pause. The ball is in Tommy Tremble's hands. Simple as that. A tight end, you're expected to make this play. You're expected to make tough catches over the middle and block. That's the tight end's job. He just doesn't make this play for his quarterback. It's really that simple. Like, you're expected to make this play for the quarterback, and his team isn't making these plays for him. But let's move on to the next. Let's get into it. Once again, his placement. Dog, first off, shout out to XL for just leaving Trent McDuffie ankles at the 30 on this play with that double move. But I mean, bro, he just, it's no need to draw up this play. It's just all goes. It's 2 goals off of play action. You take a shot. Simple as that. He took a shot. He took the correct thing. That was his first read. David Moore has his man beat at the line. He throws an absolute dime. Hits David Moore once again in his hands. It's not necessarily an easy catch. The other one definitely wasn't an easy catch. But an elite receiver pulls this in. A great receiver pulls this in. An elite receiver probably pulls in that catch in the end zone. It's about 50-50. But guys just got to make plays for him, bro. This is what I mean when he's carrying this offense. Look at how he's covered. He puts this on the correct shoulder in tight coverage. Now, yes, he probably should have threw it to XL, who's going to be butt naked after that double move. But your first read is David Moore. He got open. As simple as that. You put a dot on him. You just got to pull it in. So, I mean, this is what I mean when I talk about he's carrying this offense. He has a lot of or maybe not say no-name guys. He has a lot of bottom-of-the-roster guys that were on the bubble or didn't make NFL rosters, so they're bringing them up, they're elevating them. David Moore barely made our roster. He made it as a special teamer mainly. Xavier Leggett is a first-round pick, yes. But after that, I mean, bro, it's nothing else, and guys aren't making plays for him, but he's still able to overcome it. This is what I mean when I say he's carrying us. This placement, this accuracy he has is our entire passing offense. That and the anticipation. That's our entire passing offense. On his own. It doesn't show because he's not throwing 80-yard passes like Anthony Richardson. He's not running for 40 yards or something and breaking a million tackles like Cam used to do. You feel me? But it's the same thing, dude. It's the same thing that CJ Stroud was doing last year. It's just not as pretty because he doesn't have the same talent. He doesn't have a Nico Collins. He doesn't really have a Tank Dell either. So I like Xavier Leggett, but he doesn't have a Tank Dell either. But let's move on to the next play. Now, this is a prime example. Next play, I talked about how we're getting in these 3rd and longs and we're asking Bryce Young to simply bail us out. Right after that play, after that drop, I talked about how he's overcoming these things. The next play on the broadcast looks like, hey, David Moore is wide open on this play. This is just a good completion. No, while he is open, let's once again look at this screenshot. When Bryce hits his back foot, and he already decided he was throwing the ball before he hit his back foot. When he hits his back foot and he's throwing the ball, look at where David Moore is. David Moore is still going upfield. He hasn't even got into his break yet. The safety is still sitting to see whether he's going to be going on a go, a post, or he's going to break it short to dive down on the ball. That's the elite stuff. If he waits a half second later, this ball is getting broke on and it's getting either intercepted or broken up. I mean, you see as David Moore caught the ball, he's getting hit. That anticipation is what's saving this play or making it happen. You have to throw it at this second before he gets into his break, but also not fast, not hard enough to where, oh, the ball got there too early. You know, you can't put too much velocity. You got to be able to put the right touch, the right placement, the right anticipation to make this play happen. This is what I mean when I say his superpower. Mind you, this is 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, something like that. He's bailing us out after a big drop from this same receiver. He's going right back to the well, giving him a chance, throwing it with anticipation, throwing with confidence. This is what I mean when I say he's carrying our offense. On the broadcast, you can't see it because you can't see downfield. They focus on the line and the backfield until the ball is thrown. So you just see, oh, that guy was open. Oh, okay, he's hitting open guys. No, he's throwing guys open. He's throwing with anticipation to beat the DBs before the DBs get to their mark. That is a superpower. That's what they were talking about when they said processing. When he was coming out and y'all swear, oh, he was touted as this processor. He's not processing and he's not seeing the game well. This is what they meant. He's seeing it well now against a Super Bowl, a 2-time Super Bowl winning defense. This is what they meant. This is a superpower. He's hooping. This is Bama Bryce, as they say. But I'm going to move on to the next one because we got more to go. Now, once again, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Canales. I like this play call. I mean, great by Bryce to go ahead and hurry him and get it out of there before the blitz came. Xavier Leggett wins on the out route. I like to see all of that. But this play call is nuts. So you're going to have a motion from Devin Tompkins. He's going to go out into the flat. You're going to have a go route from, I don't know who that was on the outside. I can't even see who it is. 80-something at receiver. Not coming to my brain at the top of the head. You're going to have Tommy Trimble on a crossing route. You're going to have Chuba up the seam. It was a couple guys open on this play. Now, Bryce went ahead and made a business decision. He made the correct decision, but he made a business decision because, hey, they're bringing the blitz, they're bringing the pressure. I don't have time to let this full play develop, but he made a quick decision, got it out, kept us on track. But this is a pretty good play. I think Chuba Hubbard's open, Xavier League is open, and Tommy Tremble is open on that crossing route. Tommy Tremble and Chuba Hubbard, even though this shouldn't be Chuba Hubbard, this should be Jonathan Brooks, because Chuba Hubbard had 3 drops this game, and Jonathan Brooks is just a better receiver anyway. But Chuba Hubbard and Tommy Tremble probably scoring this play. I ain't gonna lie. So I wanted to give Canales props for drawing up some pretty good plays. I think that's the last one I'm gonna do if that's just him. But let's get back into Bryce. Second to last play, I want to say. Yeah, probably the second to last play. Dog, the superpower is here. This is what we talking about. Let's go ahead and show the drawing. Trips, you already know what it is. Thielen's on a go. Oh, sorry. Let me do XL first. XL's on a dig or a drag. The trips, you're gonna have Thielen on the go. You're gonna have Tommy on a sit and kind of out route. You're gonna have a big out corner type from David Moore. One of the Panthers' favorite concepts, obviously. We've run this a lot. We've seen this a lot in the past couple weeks on this channel. But the anticipation, dog, I can't keep saying it, man. When you watch this play on the broadcast, you're probably like, wow, well, he threw it to the open man. True. He did throw it to the open man. And you're seeing that in this replay. But, dude, just let me pull up the screenshot for y'all. When he throws this ball, look at this screenshot. You would say, hey, XL's open. Hey, Tommy Tremble's open. But you wouldn't say Thielen and David Moore's open, most of the casual fans. But look, when he's hitting his back foot now. Whenever the way that Bryce drops back, especially on plays like this where it's an all-out blitz, whenever he hits his back foot, he's deciding who he's throwing to. He's going to keep drifting until, hey, I know who I'm throwing it to. Hit your back foot, step back in and throw it. So he's hitting his back foot now, and look where David Moore is. That's the anticipation that I'm talking about, dog. Like, that's the superpower. Like, this dude is a demon when it comes to this anticipatory throwing stuff. I mean, you see where Lewis Seen was. No, that's not Lewis Seen. Who's number 6? Is that Lewis Seen? I don't remember. But you see where the safety was by the time the ball got there. He's right there to make the tackle. If you wait, you lose. Bryce is not losing because he's throwing before anybody else would, or at least most quarterbacks, 85 to 90% of the quarterbacks in the league would. It's that simple. I got lost on my call sheet. That is not the second to last play at all. But let's look at this again. But let's get into it. I got to be honest. There was a lot of positive plays. Very little negative. This is one negative I want to point out. Bryce Young coming out was really good at, scrambling around, running around, but keeping his eyes up to throw downfield. And that's really, really good. You don't want to always scramble to run because then you leave meat on the bones. On this play, you're simply going to have XL. He's going to flash open once he's in the window. And then once Bryce Young steps up to run, he's open that entire time. You could just flip it to him, and then you probably have a much bigger gain because the safeties are still dropping back, and hopefully XL is able to, show some speed. I know he hasn't been great in yak. We talked about that last video, but you're going to get more than 9 yards, which we got here. So, because this pass was already past the 6 anyway. That's at least 12, 13 yards. So, at the very least, you're getting 4 more yards than a first down if you just throw it. But, it's something that some people be like, well, he still almost got the first down. He got right at the first down. Can't criticize him for it. But I'm just being honest. You got to show the good and the bad. Some things that you do want to see improve because he wasn't. Nobody's perfect. You still got to improve. And this is a play he could have improved on. Do what you did in college. When you step up, keep your eyes up. He did it last year, too. I want to say it was against the Texans where he had that one dig to DJ Chark. So it's in there. He just decided this time, hey, I'm about to take off. I'm feeling myself. So I do want to see him, fling that out to XL, get that boy some more yards, and get us a first down. But let's move on. What I got to say, this entire video has been about what? Placement, accuracy, anticipation. Look at this window that he throws this into. XL is not open. He throws this downfield with the pin. XL's pinned to the sideline. He has the man inside. He puts it on that left shoulder. I remember I told y'all a couple videos that he's missing some of these deep passes. And I told y'all last year, a lot of it has to do with timing and not having guys with speed like he did at Bama. You're getting a guy with speed with XL. So now he's missing passes still. He's overshooting him. And I told y'all, it isn't that he can't hit a deep ball. It's just the timing. They got to get the timing and chemistry down. Look at this play from the end zone angle, and you tell me that this is not perfection. Just like that David Moore pass. This is perfection. Boom. Hits him directly in his hands. XL even put out, he said it in the not post-game conference, but he said it in the conference today that he texted Bryce Young last night and said, yo, on that deep pass, there was nowhere else you could put the ball. That's on me. I got to catch it. I just using this as I told y'all so, because y'all swore he could not throw the ball past 5 yards. Y'all swore he couldn't throw the ball over the middle. Y'all swore he wasn't an NFL quarterback. This looked like an elite NFL quarterback. Bumper NFL quarterback. This looked like an elite NFL quarterback to me. But let's move on. Once again, superpower, bro. When you're watching this on the broadcast, you're probably like, dang. I mean, my boy Adam Thielen really got open for my boy Bryce. He really locked in. But, dog, this anticipation on this all-out blitz and, you know, being able to complete it, just nuts, man. Just look where he throws the ball. I mean, what more can I say, dog? Like, I done said everything I could say. You get into, I don't think this was 4th down, too. Get into a 4th down. Thielen necessarily hasn't won his route. When he throws this ball, the DB still has his hands on him, dog. Like, come on, man. What can I say, bro? And y'all get on here and y'all say game manager. Y'all say any NFL quarterback could have made that throw. No, y'all are seeing the end result from the broadcast. The way that he's throwing this ball before anything is open, before anything is there, is elite. Simple as that. That's the Joe Burrow-esque stuff that I'm talking about. When I say Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, the play extension stuff was the Deshaun Watson stuff. The anticipation, touch, accuracy, and processing, that's the Joe Burrow part. And he has that down, bro. I'm telling you, man, not to hate on anybody, because the receivers did their job this week. They pulled in some tough catches. Shout out to Xavier Sanders. Shout out Xavier Leggett, who pulled in a couple catches. Shout out to Adam Thielen. Shout out to David Moore, because he went off. He had a touchdown. But we need that elite talent. All of these guys are complementary pieces that can, hey, these guys can play well. But when you get up against these elite talents in the playoffs, because let's make it clear. When I speak, I'm never speaking for, oh, let's just be good. Let's just be okay. I'm speaking to win it all. So when you get into the playoffs, finally, I know it's far thought, because we only 3-8. Last year we only won 2 games, so nobody thinks this far, but I am. When you get to the playoffs, you start playing those elite corners, those elite defense, those elite talents. You need elite talent to beat that elite talent. So you need somebody that, while we have all these complementary pieces, we need somebody that they complement. We need a X. We need not an X, but we need a true number 1 receiver. T. Higgins complements Jamar Chase. When they're doubling and bracketing Jamar Chase, T. Higgins can feast. If they're doubling and bracketing T. Higgins, he's not going to play as well. But you see, when they double and bracket Jamar Chase, he's still putting up 300. He's still putting up 80. He's still putting up 150. So we need a guy like that. So that's why I'm cool with just going BPA in the draft. But that's a future topic for another discussion. But I just wanted to give Bryce his props. Y'all got to give Bryce his props, because I know some people mention how good he's been playing. Some people mention his anticipation, his his accuracy, his placement. But nobody's talking about how much of a superpower it is and emphasizing it, because you don't see it on the broadcast. Just like how y'all talk about, oh, Josh Allen's superpower is how he's able to run. He has this cannon of an arm. Same thing with Anthony Richardson. And y'all talk about Patrick Mahomes, the cannon of the arm he has to be able to improvise and throw it. Joe Burrow has a superpower, that processing, touch, and accuracy. Justin Herbert, he has kind of a cannon of an arm. But Bryce Young has that superpower. C.J. Stroud has that superpower, that accuracy to put it in a keyhole. Bryce Young has that same superpower plus the play extension. Maybe not of Mahomes. It's a little notch under that. Maybe not of a rushing threat like Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson. But he has that play extension ability. Like I said, similar to Deshaun Watson, which is also a superpower. So once those things start coming together and we get better talent, dude, this offense is going to be putting up 30 a game. But that's for future reference, you feel me? If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Let me know how you think Bryce been playing. This is my franchise quarterback, dog. I ain't got to say much. I don't even need to make the, I think he's our franchise quarterback. He's our new starter. Y'all knew I thought this from the jump, even when he was playing bad. So the ones that switched up, y'all stay over there. But y'all knew where I was from day one. Simple. I've been watching the film for a year straight. If you've been watching me, you've been watching the film for a year straight. We already knew what it was. So, like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. If you like the video, do all of that. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out. Shout out to Kendrick. What they talking about? I ain't talking about none. Hey, what they talking about? Nah, I'm out, though.